Well, I don't know how long we're going to be live, but we're going to be live, boys. It's the Chiefs Kingdom Chopping Block. I'm your host, Missouri Sports Network, here on Walker TV. As I guess you could say, the Chiefs had a pretty sloppy game, I guess you could say. It wasn't the best game we've seen out of this Chiefs team. Scoring 26 points against a very struggling team is not the best. Now, I will give the Rams credit. They do have a good defense. I mean, look at some of the people on that defense. Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, Jalen Ramsey. There's one guy I'm forgetting about. There's that guy that played for the Seahawks. Bobby Wagner. It's a pretty good defense. But it's just an offense that really was kind of depleted. I thought the Chiefs should have won this game by more than they did. The Chiefs really didn't show really their full potential in this game. They played a struggling team in the Rams. That if you asked me what the score is going to be before this game ended, I thought it was going to be somewhere the Chiefs were in the 40s. The Chiefs only scored 26. Should I be worrying? I don't think so, honestly. I don't think I should be worrying about it. But it's something we can point out. Chiefs really haven't been scoring as much against these struggling teams. But then we play the good teams, and then somehow we outscore them by a lot. Let's look at some stats of this game. Mahomes threw for 320. 1 touchdown, 1 pick. It was 27-42. So a decent afternoon for Mahomes. Look at the rushing. Pacheco, 22 carries, 69 yards. Not normal for the Chiefs, carrying the ball 22 times. Pacheco averaged 3.1 yards a carry, had a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes II had 4 carries for 36 yards, averaged 9 yards a carry. Rojo II, 4 carries, 12 yards, averaged 3 yards a carry. Look at the receiving. Kelsey led the receiving with 4 catches, 57 yards. Sky Moore had the most receptions out of everyone. He had 5 receptions, only for 36 yards. Kelsey had the 1 receiving touchdown. He averaged 14.2 yards a catch. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 4 catches, 56 yards, was the second leading receiver. Averaged 14 yards a catch. Juju Smith-Schuster, 3 catches, 36 yards, averaged 12.7 a catch. Sky Moore, 5 for 36, averaged 7.2 a catch. Jerick McKinnon, 3 for 26, averaged 8.7. Jody Fortson, 2 for 26, averaged 13. Justin Watson, 2 for 26, 13 was the average. Ronald Jones II, one reception, 22 yards. Isaiah Pacheco, 1 reception, 17 yards. Noah Gray, 2 receptions, 16 yards, averaged 8 yards per reception. Look at the defense. Nick Bolton, 8 tackles, 3 assisting tackles, 1 interception. L'Jarius Sneed had 5 tackles, 2 assists, and an interception. Frank Clark, 3 tackles. Willie Gay, 3 tackles. Justin Reed, 3 tackles. Brian Cook, 2 tackles and a sack. Trey McDuffie, 2 tackles. Mike Gannon, 1 tackle. Carlos Sarnlack, 1 tackle. Joshua Williams, 1 tackle. Chris Jones, 1 tackle and a sack. George Karlaftis, 1 tackle and a sack. Derek Nottie had 2 assists. Same with Colin Saunders. Jack Cochran and Deion Bush never got any tackles or assists. Darius Harris had 1 assist on a tackle. Leo Chanel, Jody Fortson, both somehow went on offense, 0 on each. Taylor Stallworth had an assist on a tackle. Looking on the punt return, Sky Moore had 1 return, 0 yards. It was a fumble. Harrison Butker was 4 for 4 kicking on field goals. His longest was 32. Tommy Townsend, 1 punt for 49 yards, and it was inside the 20. So looking at the stats, it's not the worst, but it's not the best either. As I want to flip it to the other side of the ball here. Okay. Bryce Perkins, 13-23, 100 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Bryce Perkins really had a bad day against his KC defense, but it was also his first start. And he's a third-string quarterback. Riley Dixon, also the punter, had one throw. He was 1 for 1, 6 yards, got a first down on a fake punt. The leading rusher for LA was Bryce Perkins, he had 9 carries, 44 yards. Cam Akers, 8 carries, 37 yards. Kyron Williams, a rookie out of Notre Dame, 11 carries, 35 yards. Receiving, Van Jefferson, 3 receptions, 29 yards and a touchdown. Kyron Williams, 3 receptions, 25. Shatavius Atwell, a.k.a. Tutu Atwell, 2 catches, 23 yards. Bryson Hopkins, 1 catch, 12 yards. Brandon Powell, 2 catches for 6 yards. Jacob Harris, 1 catch, 6 yards. Ben Skoranek, 2 catches, 5 yards. And Lance McCutcheon was targeted a couple times but did not get any catches. On the defense for LA, Taylor Rapp had 7 tackles. Ernest Jones, 5 tackles. Nick Scott had 4 tackles and an interception. Troy Hill, 3 tackles. Jalen Ramsey, 3 tackles. Aaron Donald, 3 tackles. Bobby Wagner, 2 tackles. Michael Hokick, 2 tackles. Darion Kendrick had 2 tackles. Jonah Williams had 1 tackle. Leonard Floyd had a tackle. David Long had a tackle. Marquise Copeland had a tackle. Greg Gaines had 3 assists on tackles. Rob Heidenstein did not get anything. Bobby Brown III had 1 assist. Matt Skura, somehow Bryce Perkins was on defense for a play, I guess. LA had no sacks. 1 interception, though, from Nick Scott. Kick returns, Brandon Powell, 3 returns for 78 yards, average 26 yards. For the kicking for the Rams, Matt Gay was 1 for 1. Well, his 1 for 1 was 40 from 47. Riley Dixon punting, 4 punts, 180 yards, and 2 of those were inside the 20-yard line. So that is a look at your stats, sponsored by Celsius. The game was obviously played at Arrowhead Stadium. As looking at total stats from this game, total yards for the Rams, 198, as the Chiefs had 437. Passing yards, 82 for the Rams, 320 for the Chiefs. Rushing yards, Chiefs barely had more, 117 for the Chiefs, 116 for the Rams. Yards per play, 66.1 for the Chiefs and 3.6 for LA. First downs, Chiefs had 29 as the Rams had 13. Third down efficiency, pretty much the same, 5 for 11 for Kansas City, 5 for 13 for LA. Fourth down efficiency, Chiefs never attempted a fourth down as the Rams were 3 for 3. Total plays, Chiefs had 72 along with the Rams 55. Sacks allowed, Chiefs had none as the Rams allowed 3. Punts outnumbered, Chiefs had only 1 punt as the Rams had 4. Penalties, Chiefs pretty much even though the Rams had more penalties, but the Chiefs had 3 for 25 as the Rams had 5 for 25. Fumbles lost, the Chiefs had 1. It was the Sky Moore fumble as the Rams had none. Turnover ratio, though, was pretty even. Both teams had 2 turnovers each. Patrick Mahomes did throw an interception to Nick Scott, as also on the other side, Nick Bolton and L'Jarius Sneed both had interceptions on Bryce Perkins. Time of possession, Chiefs win that with a time of possession in this game against the Rams of 32.26 as the 32 minutes and 26 seconds. The Rams had 27 minutes and 34 seconds. As that is in-depth analysis on the Chiefs and Rams game. Any injuries in this game? Really, the biggest one, Rams possibly might be losing Aaron Donald for a lot of games. High ankle sprain for Aaron Donald. Most likely will go on IR. So a big loss for an already depleted team for the LA Rams. I mean, look at this team. The Rams most likely won't have Matthew Stafford this next week. They'll probably have to be playing Bryce Perkins. Or maybe they do go with John Wolford in this next game. And they probably won't have Aaron Donald. We know they won't have Cooper Kupp. Allen Robinson's question for them. We look at the other side of the ball. Willie Gay did go down in this game. He did return. Even though he's on the injury report, Willie Gay will probably play against the Bengals. Only really big injuries and key injuries, really, we need to keep track on is the hamstring for Kadarius Toney. And this is the 3rd game. McCole Hardman will be missing, as hopefully next week will be the last game McCole Hardman misses. And hopefully he should be back after that. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire will miss his 2nd game of the year due to that high ankle sprain. Chiefs play Bengals this week. Like I was saying with the McCole Hardman injury, I expect him to be back when we play the Houston Texans December 18th. As most likely he'll probably miss this game against the Bengals and possibly the game against the Broncos. And then probably will be back against the Texans. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, this is the first game he missed. So if he takes the 4 weeks on IR, he should have a projected return against the Seahawks. At home, noon, Christmas Eve. I think that game will probably get flexed, though, to either a late afternoon or a night game. But it'll be interesting to see. So, yeah, that is... Look at the injuries. Kadarius Toney still listed as questionable with his hamstring. We'll see if he gets to go against this Bengals team. So next up, I want to talk about the Chiefs and Bengals game. As don't forget, this is the call-in show. Call us in at 1-660-829-0853 if you guys want to call in and talk to us on the show. We also have the link in the chat if you guys want to come on the stream and talk to us through that via StreamYard through the international internet. Don't know why I said the international internet, but yes, I did. I want to talk about this Chiefs-Bengals game here. Jamar Chase will be playing. He will be active. That is really, to look at that, it's not a good idea. It's not that good to see that. As the official, like the injury report right now, okay? Jerick McKinnon, hamstring, did not practice. Kadarius Toney, hamstring, did not practice. Juju Smith-Schuster, illness, did not practice. Deion Bush, limited practice with elbow. Trey Smith had a knee injury. He was full practice, which is good news with Trey Smith. Joe Thuney with his ankle did not play this past week. Was full in practice. I expect Joe Thuney to play. Lucas Niang with the knee was full in practice. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his shoulder, full practice. Justin Watson with a knee, full practice. Dunlap with his foot, full. Snead with the calf was full practice. Jalen Watson with the hand was full practice. Brian Cook with the wrist, full practice. And we should be getting Juan Thornhill back this week as he was full practice with that calf injury. So not that many people really to worry about, but the few that we need to are kind of big. Juju, Kadarius Toney, Jerick McKinnon. All did not practice. Deion Bush was limited practice. And he's been pretty good on that hands team. We look at the Bengals. La'el Collins, offensive tackle. He did not practice, but he's probably going to play. It was just rest. Joe Mixon was limited in practice with his concussion. Jamar Chase with his hip was limited. DJ Reader was with his ankle was limited. And Josh Tupou with his calf was limited. I expect all 5 of those players for Cincinnati to play. So, really, the Chiefs players we need to be worrying about. Juju, Kadarius Toney. Because it looks like, McKinnon's a big worry. So I'll put him on the list too. I'm pretty sure all the other people on the injury report will play. Deion Bush, Trey Smith, Joe Thuney, Lucas Niang, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Justin Watson, Carlos Dunlap, Jerry Snead, Jalen Watson, Brian Cook, and Juan Thornhill. I'm anticipating they're all going to play. Just the only people we need to watch, Jerick McKinnon, Kadarius Toney, and Juju Smith-Schuster. And I guess they could add Deion Bush to that list since he was limited in practice. As to look at the injury report, you look at the spread for this game. Chiefs are only favored by 1.5 for this game. But that's crazy. Only favored by 1.5. Now, actually looking at this report, Andy Reid was talking about that. Even with the extensive Chiefs injury report, Kadarius Toney is likely the only player in real danger of missing the game. So I'm pretty sure Juju and McKinnon will probably be good. Just need to look at Kadarius Toney. Good sign, though. Juan Thornhill and Joe Thuney were full participants, as they both missed this game against the Rams. But the crazy thing is that Jamar Chase is probably going to be playing. He was limited in practice, but he looks to return against the Chiefs this week. He has not played since week 6. But it's going to be interesting to see here. He torched us in the 2 games we played against him last year in the AFC Championship in week 17. Just play out. Jamar Chase torched us. Now, we're probably not going to see 100% Jamar Chase. Wonder if they're going to put him on a snap count if he does play. But we're definitely not going to see a 100% Jamar Chase. But with the playmaker Jamar Chase is, I'd still be worried. Now, this is completely different corners than we had last year. Completely different secondary as we had last year. I mean, you look at this secondary this year. Brian Cook. Juan Thornhill is one of the few people in this secondary that are back, that are on the team from last year. And then Justin Reed of this as the safeties, okay? Corners, L'Jarius Sneed is the other one that was here last year, as the rest are rookies. You look here, you got Jalen Watson, Joshua Williams, and Trent McDuffie. Now, it'd be interesting to see who they pair on Jamar Chase. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to pair Trent McDuffie, who I think overall is probably our best corner. It's an argument between him or L'Jarius Sneed. I'd give it to Trent McDuffie. McDuffie's has pretty much only had one mistake in the limited amount of time we've seen McDuffie. I think they'll probably play Sneed on T. Higgins. Maybe they play Joshua Williams on Tyler Boyd. You can probably get away with playing Thornhill on Hayden Hurst. You drop a safety back. You probably put him. Oh man, see that's the problem there. You could play three safeties, so you could have doubles on Jamar and T. Higgins, but then you have Tyler Boyd there, which Tyler Boyd is also a good receiver. See, that's why it worries me playing the Cincinnati team. When I was looking at this team's roster going into the season, I thought this Chiefs team would only have 2 losses, and one of those losses I think we're going to be against this team we're playing today. It's because of how dynamic they have on their offense. I mean, Jamar Chase, which, like I said, it's not going to be 100%. Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Hayden Hurst, Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, which will probably not be 100% either. Coming off the concussion, it'll be interesting to see if Joe Mixon will play. He was limited in practice today, so it will be interesting to see if Joe Mixon plays for Cincinnati. My anticipation is yeah, but it'll be interesting to see. He was limited in practice today, but it'll be interesting to see here. But I want you guys to tell me what you guys think. Who you guys think will win down in the comments down below. And thank you for watching. This is the Kingdom Chopping Block. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for joining. And see you guys. Bye.